Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, And this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul. And we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the Earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of a president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look through our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 310th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host once again in this weekly series of workshops. And once again, I have a co-host of Mark. Thank you, Mark, for being there. I believe we're ready to dive into today's workshop. So I will get the PDF ready and let us begin.
Hello, my dear Rick. Thank you. Rick, can you hear me? Hello?
So go ahead, Sweta.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Suswagatam, my dear beautiful souls, into the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, in the beauty and totality of all universal souls that we are all, and in the beauty and totality of love that is forever, in the beauty and totality of the oneness of one nation, one race, one planet for justice and world peace. Hello, beautiful souls. And this is when I will say that courage is the virtue of the heart. And with the going on forward, I will welcome Andreas, my dear. Andreas, you are so much welcome, my dear.
Hello to everyone. Here's Andreas. Thank you very much. I make the introduction today, and I have chosen the second chapter of the Universal Council Charter. You can find the whole charter on the Keshe Foundation website under About Universal Council and then Universal Council Charter. Servitude is the essence of the soul. The essence through servitude and peace elevates the collective soul of planet Earth, and this in turn radiates across universes. In its peaceful relationship with the planet and all living beings, humanity becomes aware of the essence of its entirety. A true human is a lover of all life in every dimension and at every point in all the universes. Our service is through our souls in the full understanding that service is the way of elevating another soul in its path of its journey through the universe. Serving is an expression of the beauty and the essence of the soul of the universal existences. Serving is unconditional love to bring unity of all beings. The creation or entry of any soul in one cycle of creation is the seed of a new life and the beginning of a new cycle. The soul brings all beings into peace with the bond of love, trust, understanding, and compassion. All beings possess a soul, and the soul always seeks balance. The soul is loving and gives unconditionally. The soul is forgiving and records in its strength all events. The soul has the highest order of all strength beyond all else, and is everlasting according to totality spectrum of souls in the universe, and through experiencing all, the soul is aware of itself as the source of all that is good for itself and for all others. The soul is omniscient. The soul is sovereign of his own essence. All souls position themselves by their unique strength in their interaction to be in harmony with all and their surroundings. The soul exists through unconditional love and embraces all. The soul is the creator and protector of the soul of physicality and is the essence of creator of physicality. And in being so, the soul is the collaborator of the manifestation of physical life to offer the chance of experiencing, if be, to participate in creation of a new cycle of life. The soul holds all treasures and wisdom within its spectrum of strength. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear Andreas, so beautifully you presented. Yes, of course. Thank you. Salam, namaste, my dear. Now we can go to the next slide, the reading. Welcome, Elizabeth, my dear.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome again, unifying the all soul because we are the soul of peace. That extract is for 521, the last teaching to Mr. Keshe. We call transmutation. We add it what we even pass transportational movement of body or any entity by burning fuel and using the energy of the man himself. If you think of it, if you can understand the whole concept of life, existence of the energy we need the man. Even your body, we use energy to physically move our body, walking, whatever other means, swimming without any external system like cars or rocket technology. And we have done this from our which has been the essence of our movement and motion and life, from onset of creation of life on this planet. Now, Now understand it that we have a hidden, what they call energetic power for Satan inside us. And understand it what he's being the guy who's doing all the work in the background, confirming the existence of the life. Now we are moving to use that method of system or that type of energy to move the body without the physicality. In a way, we are adding a new section of the movement of the man, motion of the man, without external system to be able to go faster. And now we see we can travel much future beyond any dimension of the physicality of this planet and use that energy to move and then bring the body with it. In the test we done in the past two sessions of the Keshe Foundation Friday test with the knowledge seekers on the 22nd of December and one last Friday, we have seen some confirmation of what we assessed and what we saw and how technology development will be changing, how the transmutation will change. This week, you will fly in the old system on Friday. In the following weeks, we don't tell you, but somewhere in between or all day, you travel with the new system. The system are developed to bring transmutation with closure, much more under control by you, and for you to be able to transmute. This technology is not open to public. This technology never been disclosed by Keshe Foundation. Systems have been tested and new system will be added. And What will you like to do? Will you join us in the session tomorrow and thereon to respond back to us right back to the foundation? How you feel? We don't want one testimonial go for page and page. Anything more than one paragraph will be too much. What you felt? What the sensation was? Did you go to anywhere? What did you do? You got to understand. We're very, very big and important change. And in a way, you live that life. You live that parallel life. You get on a planet and you go to a new place. You get in your car, you go to a new scenery. You get in your car, you go to a new shopping center. You don't know what you see. When you come home or when you go back to your country, you tell people, what do you see? So, what was it what they need in the shops? And they accept it because you know you travel. Now we have to learn the same things. There is no difference. So, what do you have to learn, or what humanity has to learn, is that he's learning about the new transportation, a new way to move, and whatever you feel right. I feel my mom, I feel my palm, my hand, I feel my body move. Don't you get that when you go mountain climbing, you come back, or then you sit down and you get a rush of blood in your circulation, or your legs got numb because you did something wrong? What is the difference? Why? Now traveling with the energy of the body of the man, it's all different to you. It should be no difference. And this is what all this teaching is about. To bring it for you to understand that you have a new transportation system. We call it transportation because one is called the plane, one is called the rocket technology, one is called the car. Now you transmute through the energy. And this is part of why you have to realize. This is part it. I ignore it. I call it as a sleep. I call it as a dream. Now I know where they took me when I was dreaming. And now I am in charge of it. I can control it. It had a lot to do with me, which I never knew. Thank you. Justice.
It's like what I said once to one of the knowledge seekers. It's just like putting you in a car and take you around, just showing you you don't drive. You are a passenger in the back seat. And you see the scenery, and they tell you, this is city, this is building, this is whatever. And because you are back seat passengers, you accept it because they tell you and they take you. Now you are not a backseat passenger, call it a dream or whatever. You realize, actually, I am the driver. I can decide where to go. And the process of next few months is that you learn I am the driver and I don't need to drive all the time. I can come, decide, even in a very near future, in the process of the teachings and testings on Fridays. We teach you how to come in, go to a place, do a job, come back and start using this in your life, in your daily life. How to go to a place, even it comes to your home, to your work. You want to research on something and see the result, growing a seed, testing on a new disease, defining a new way of energy. You come, you go into the transmutation, you get you get in touch with other souls. You add up to your knowledge. You remember that knowledge in the dimension of the soul, and you come back and you practice it in the physical life. This is what we call transmutation. You don't sit all the time because you have a car in the car and drive all the time because I have a car. You learn, I can live in this car, or I can camper and go to a different places. Then at home, it's like when you go to on internet, or you see this chief. He does these kind of things, and he cooks such a thing. Now I can go to the soul of the knowledge and learn where and how, and come back and practice it in practically. This is what, in a way, if you look at it, what's called the prophets, enlightenment. And this is the whole purpose of the new transmutation, the whole purpose of the new teaching. We want you to start understanding a new transportation system. And then we start in the background, switching you to new systems. And hopefully, in the coming time, you'll learn the car is always there. I can, just because I bought the Rolls Royce, doesn't mean I have to drive all the time. When I get to a place, I get off. I go and do what I want. You learn to use transmutation as part of knowledge, enlightenment. Get in touch with the soul of Einstein. Get in touch with the soul of Tesla, because you decide from now on. And then you come back with a new knowledge. This is what we are trying to teach you. We gradually build it. And some of you who were in the session of last Friday, and you stayed beyond the what you call 5 or 6 hours, you should have felt the change. Something changed, because maybe you went somewhere else. It became easier. It became harder. You wanted to be somewhere, and you ended up somewhere else, or you let it go. Nowadays, you have to learn. Okay, I had fun. I came to the city. I have seen the city. I want to go a specific place in the city, in this universe. Up to now, your limitation is where it can take you a car. You can go from one city to another. You flew from one country to another. Now with your soul, you can go through the galaxies, through the universes. And you have to learn. Can I go back to the same place? It's like, as we said during the trials in Linz, the guy came and said, I went to the moon. We sent him back in the machine again and said, go back to the moon and see if you can. And he went back and he actually went to the same place now and starting bringing stones out and whatever. So it's repeatable. Just because you got a car, you don't have to sit and just a car. Try to choose where you want to go, how you want to go, how you want to see, and then in the following time to come, we teach you how to materialize. We have to learn, getting there, and start changing gear. Now you're where the steering wheel is, which is your wish, your dimension of the drive, is your emotion, where it's going to take you, how it's going to take you, or I go for a drive, wherever comes I see. A lot of sit with the systems and you see, oh, it's take me. Oh, I can see my uncle. But how many you sat there and says, I'm going to see grandma and go there? This is what we did. And the systems especially from next week, are set up this way. Up to now, your limitation was planet Earth. You lived in this village. From now on, the universe is your oyster. And if you are adventurous enough, you get rid of this shell of the oyster, and the whole universe is your dimension. And nobody can tell you you are wrong, because as the system develops, as more people to do it, we come to understand there is a new horizon and there is a new way, and this is the purpose of the teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. This is why today's session is mainly in what you are going to see and how you feel from tomorrow on, and how you felt last week. You have started a journey that you cannot stop. You cannot stop, but you have to get over the sensation of and all that, what I call rigmaroles, and limitations which you have put on yourself and the others have put on you in the session tomorrow. I will be not much different, but you will feel the difference. And the sessions from now on, after we move you, we don't tell you to new systems or back in the old systems to see how would you like to go in a bicycle, or would you like to go on a jumbo jet? Now, on a jumbo jet, now how you want to feel things with a glove, or you want to get the gloves off and with a hand on and get on with it. We are preparing you gradually, more and more of you to come to that point, to reach that point and start to understanding yourself. We are not prophets. We are not here to make things to become unbelievable. We are making things for you to believe in yourself. And then this is the new communication system. Nobody can stop you going walking. Traveling with the soul should be the same as walking. Nobody can stop you traveling. Slowly, slowly, you will learn. And with the new system, which comes into operation, and it's been in operation since last week, you will come to know, you will come to non-dimensional system. The reason the new system are operating is they have no dimension. As I explained, now you understand what was the teaching last week, what we discussed. We put you in the same position as emotional life, in the energy fields which had no dimension. As I said, the technology in the hand of the Keshe Foundation is reaching such a position far beyond the present understanding. But those of you who stayed after 6 o'clock for the first time, you enter the zone of no dimension like the star. Sun has no containment and is a field without containment. Our knowledge and technology has reached that point. And some of you who stayed on, some of you couldn't connected through that system. We moved you without you knowing from what I call a car into a spaceship. And the system, the technology, the development of the technology from now on moves to that dimension. And when you travel, when you see something, when you feel something, it's not what you felt. It's that moves to that dimension. And when you travel, when you see something, when you feel something, it's not what you felt. It's what you have done. It's you. And gradually you have to learn, it's my soul. It has no dimension. And now I leave. It moves within a system which has no dimension. We watched how the system changed, affecting other systems, affecting itself. In a way, in a very simple way, we developed a technology which we can monitor the changes in the system by literally like a scale, the weight. We know who is getting on, who is getting off, and gradually we become so good at it and developing new systems that millions of people can get on and get off and do whatever they like with it. And for the first time last Friday, some of you become true passengers of the universe and with this will follow on with the new systems. From now on, every Friday, we don't tell you when you are traveling with a donkey, and we don't tell you when you are in the jumbo jet, and we don't tell you on the UFO or when you are traveling on your soul. We have restructured our labs to accommodate for this. We create that we call cosmic rays at your disposal. It's like what Romans says. Romans say all the roads end up in Rome. All the roads are open from your soul to the whole of the universe. You become the center and you decide which road you take. And some of you who reach the purity, the Rome will be the soul of the Creator. All roads end up with Him. And maybe you choose the right road to Rome, to your Creator. There is no limitation from now on, whatsoever, on human race not to achieve, and not to get to its Creator. Some of you went through that system. Some of you during the session, you thought you fell asleep and you went to places, but you never understood that you were in the first passenger testing. Thank you.
Now you understand how much the intro and being advanced to be has needs to be adjusted, maybe added with another intro to transmutation. And with this system, the pilot is you. You are the captain, as I always said from the beginning, and no one else. And the more you learn, the more you join the system's development, you learn it and you do it. And it becomes more and more applicable in your life. Just because you go shopping in the supermarket, you don't spend the rest of your life in the supermarket. You do your shopping, you get back in the car, and you go home, and you cook with what you shop. Now you go on shopping of the universe, and the supermarket is the knowledge of the universe. Where you want to go, what you want to see, what you want to learn. Gradually, you find out. Did I go to the right supermarket? Did I buy the right products to make what I want to make? And if not, you go back in the car, you go to another destination, you see what you can shop on another supermarket that might be part of the main ingredient. But now you go to the soul of the creator. You go to the soul of the scientist who invented. You go to the soul of other scientists and knowledgeable people of the universe, and you come back. You learn from there. You park the car. You get out of the system, and you make it. And they say, oh, the guy is a magician. He found something new. But now you learn, and you teach the others the same. The minute you start teaching is the minute when you receive it. This is the whole purpose. You cannot choose. You teach your knowledge, and you learn it, and you learn from it to convey and transfer that knowledge. And the way you explain how beautiful the place is, maybe some of you become good enough in the future that the images you see in the universe, nowadays you take a picture or you open a camera and they see on the video what you see. You connect through the soul. And through that soul, you show your partner, where I am. Would you like to join me? And through the dimension of the field of the soul, you entice or you share. And this is how Mitra brought the Creator to Earth. He didn't take his hand. He conveyed the emotion and understanding of the fields. And you're learning what Mitra, what the Creator communicated and fell in love with this planet. And this is your job. And all we do from now on is to open that door to see how you will go. And then you learn how it is to travel by the soul when the physicality is tired. Did I dream? Did I fall asleep? Or was it my daytime and I went through that reality? You have to learn. You have no choice. if you join us to take that path. You decide to go and see the soul of Christ. You see the Christ you believe in, not necessarily the Christ that existed, because this is the emotion you want to see, the beauty to the expectation of the soul of the physicality. You have to learn this gradually. You have to understand. You have, as I said, no choice. You have boarded a ship, you have boarded a vehicle, which is you, and you cannot run away from it. Yourself, in understanding yourself, the whole true space flight, traveling beyond the dimension of this planet has already started. And many of you have made that journey without you knowing. And you called it a dream. I went there. This was this. I was swimming in the water. But it wasn't a water. That was a dream. You went to a new place with your soul. And the way you registered the images in your dream, now you're registering your soul images on your physical body. But this time you are present. This time is not called a dream. The physicality hasn't left. You still register everything on what I call memory disk of the brain of the man. And then when you come back out, you write or you tell people, oh, I've been there. But they learn, oh, she's going on a transmutation. She's not using the car. In a coming time, in a very, very soon coming time, in the next few months, we even teach you how to transfer energies back to matter state. For example, you go shopping in supermarket, you take a bag of sugar, you take the essence, energy of the sugar. When you transmute, come home, come off the system of your own soul, you'll be able to manifest that sugar in physical dimension in your hand. Thank you.
You have to learn this. This is what you call up to new dream, now a dream. And you have gradually understand how to transfer energies into matter state. This is how you feed spacemen in space. This is not a dream anymore. This is you going to the next step. That's why I said the teaching will never stop, because after that you'll learn more. Transmutation of the soul of the physicality is one of the things in essence of energy. As you know, we brought systems from Austria to London for demonstration. They were tested. They were run before they brought. They were set to run, to test. If it runs, works, and creates the soul. It was talking yesterday to the knowledge seekers who brought the systems through a channel to England. And they tell you what happened. In London, in England, they had to go through a tunnel. This tunnel is created by the British government to feel if there are any, what I call, people hiding in the trucks, in the cars, immigrants trying to come in through the back door, or you are trying to smuggle a cat or a dog. Apparently, it's 10 meters long, and the car just drives through it, and they sense the fields of the system, if there's a life in it. And our knowledge seeker tell us that the authorities of the British government stopped the car. They said, you are carrying an entity. You are thinking you are carrying a dog or a cat or somebody in the car. The energy of the system was felt by the system developed by the British government to sense souls physically, which is just brought to us, as I was explaining to knowledge seekers. We have reached the dimension of the creation, that even the systems of the man detected the energy of the life. We had the same thing in Europe Parliament, when the first parachutes were put through the system by Dirk. And they said, this is like CEST. It's a natural product. For the next time the authorities confirmed to us that they can feel life existence, then they have to explain to the officials that this is a system, new system which creates the condition of life. And this confirms our system has a soul. And this confirms that when we allow you, when we set up the systems like sessions you go through tomorrow, through our systems, we are dealing with a live soul of the universe within the system. And this is interesting that how we take this further. How, when you arrive at the airport, the government says, there are so many souls. Who are they? You don't need to change yourself into the physical life. They know on the ship there is 10,000 souls and lives. And as this was coincidental, but has brought a knowledge much, much further step into understanding how to extend this to open space. Then you understand when you go into the systems in links or when you go through the headphones, how close you are to the reality of creation, how you are part of it, how a system which was run for a few minutes to extract structure to be able to show you in London has already created his soul. It shows how advanced our technology is and how much we have reached the point of what I call new space technology. As our knowledge seekers were saying, they had to get out of the car and they could see energy fields, which confirms there is life. And it was nothing but systems in the car. If authorities and the systems made by man can confirm the existence of a soul, a life, doesn't mean life to us needs a heartbeat anymore. It means the soul is created and soul confirms its existence. You remember the very early teachings I always said, pray for your systems, give from your soul to it. Because it's you there. Now we see the souls exist. We have the confirmation of it. When you switch a system on, when you get into the system and every teachings, when you go through it, pray for your soul, give from your soul of physicality, that I trust my physicality to you and always respect it. And this is what the technology is. And this is why I explain it to you. How did you feel after 5 or 6 o'clock sections last Friday? Than before. Because we moved you into a system which has no dimension, but has its own soul. It decides its life. We have monitored the system, no stop, more or less, since Christmas. Thank you.
We're running it, we're testing it, and we see the changes. And it explains to us how it changes, how it works. And now you join into a flight system. It's literally, I can explain it to you. It's like a flight system coming from, let's say, Beijing to go to New York. It stops in Delhi, it stops in Tehran, it stops in London. Passengers get on, passengers get off. Now it's the same system. You get on and you get off, but the flight is on. But this system has and flies in every direction which you want through the magnetic field of the system. We have created a condition in the new system that you have two choices. You travel within the dimension of your soul, understanding yourself, and then you can jump onto universal lines. I've taught this very deeply in the past, where you use carbon-14 or you use carbon-60. Depends which part of the universe you want to go to. And we have developed in our systems to create those line of connections. And this is how what I call the system next week or next session, not tomorrow's session, will allow you to feel a different transmutation. Go within your cells, go within your body. I have a cancer. I have an inflammation in my muscle. You don't need to go to the other planet. Go inside, see what's wrong, how you feel it. Why is this part crying? What? How did I created it? What was the emotion that created this cancer cell for me? And how can I remedy it? This is what you have to do in space. It's not something strange anymore. In space, we have no operating room. We cannot bring you back with the speed of light the way you want and put you in an operating table on Earth to cut you open and do something. You have appendix. You learn with the system. You don't need always to go out. Go within. Find and make perfection in your physical dimension when you come back. This is what I always said in teaching. Learn to feed your physicality through your soul. Learn to reach your physicality through your soul. What have I done to you that I created this and created that? How can I, the creator of the problem, knowing now I can reach from within me, remedy it in the physical dimension? Then you understand what is open to you. What horizon of knowledge of universe is unraveled and is in a working shape and condition to you. Some of you do not want to lose that cancer. Some of you don't want to change the position of the pain in your muscle, your knee, because you're getting attention from your lover and you want it to be there. But you know, I can change it if I want to. It's not all going out, it's going in. And then you understand what and how you can use yourself, your own soul, for your own transmutation, for the feeding of yourself, for what I call bringing wellness to yourself. We just provided the energy systems. Many of you in the upcoming sessions will feel the difference even in your physical life. We have set it to be, and you will be going into systems which have no dimension. There is no limitation unless you create that limitation. Up to now, the reactors had the calcium, zinc, and copper and the rest. The new system has nothing in it but essence of the creation. The way your body, you eat, whatever converts it to what the body needs, we give you that chance for the first time. We facilitate, we create a condition that you decide what you want to take from it. Pain, pleasure, wisdom, food, wellness, and rest, or all in one trip. And this is the essence of the new space travel, transmutation. You transport yourself in a physical dimension of this planet. You transmute yourself across the universe. And there is no limitation. There is no one to say, you have to see me as a mediator to know how to get to the creator as you have that access line. It depends how pure you are, how much you are there in the soul level to reach the level of understanding that it is you who decides where the limitation of knowledge, understanding your creation, understanding your creator, and then you come back to the vehicle, to the dimension of physicality, and we'll see new stories, new chapters of life for man will start. As I said before, and I said many times, we respect what you say because you're the traveler. And if you've been there and you enjoy it and you can repeat it, going back there again, this time you open the dimension of the soul of your connection to me. And I see what you see. This is how, as a family, you travel. Nowadays, you get into the car and you fly somewhere as a family to see Paris, London, or God knows, Northern Lights. Now you travel with the soul, with your friend, with your partner, with your family, and you all travel with the dimension of the soul. Thank you. Shweta, please.
Me? Okay.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I couldn't, the microphone, I couldn't.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Stefan.
I couldn't switch on the microphone on time. Sorry about that. Okay. And we come back and, sorry. Okay. Okay. And when we come back, we go back to the dimension of physicality. You still speak. Do you remember that light? Did you see the light? Did you see that fall? And you all confirm because you all been together with it. Hop on board, enjoy the journey, and don't put it down, and go on a free, what I call flight of the fancy. See if you can dictate the position. See if you can dictate the knowledge you want to gain, and see when you come back how much of it you can put into practice of the physicality. And then you learn what the messenger of God did in the past. Okay. Get on the what I call field of the universe and learn what the other learn from the other in the unicos. You have the capability, and you can have to understand. Sometimes maybe some of you have done it to other passenger of the universe who approach or manage to come to you through the dimension of the soul. You learn something and you did it and say, I dream about it and now I did it and it works. Now you understand, was not a dream. In fact, you work through the dimension of the soul. I hope many of you will enjoy the session for now on. And I hope you learn, you learn to be you. And you start a life, a new life. And if you stop teaching, you stop that process. As you teach, the more people you teach, the more people you bring in to understand the dimension of the soul, and knowledge you receive, and then life become a beautiful cycle. And learn, teach yourself how not just to be a Joe Rider, but to be a student and a learner of the knowledge of the universe, and see how much of it you can bring back and convert it into a physical dimension. Go out to a restaurant, you sit in the car, you go and eat, and you come back and you feel fed. Try go through the session to the energies of what you need, what I call the restaurant of the universe and the unicos. Take the energies and come back and see if you can feel full, you don't want to eat, or you would be like to have a dessert and have a piece of chocolate after when you come back, because you had a full lunch, a full meal. And gradually you learn to become a citizen of the universe. You don't need to kill to feed yourself. You don't need to steal. You don't need to go alone. Gradually, you learn step by step, and hopefully, by the end of this year, you will become a true passenger of the universe. In a way, when you decide to live a physical life, you come to the humanity. And when you want to be a passenger of the universe, in travel, you become part of the creator. What would be interesting one day for some of you will come. Sooner or later, you face it. On Earth, on Earth, I'm called Elizabeth. How do you call your soul in the universe? How do you announce your presence? And how would the soul you met want to meet you again knows where to go to? What is the fingerprint of your soul that knows leaves position and a place and a time for the others to get in touch? You still have to learn this part. This is how you got your grandma. Even throughout she's passed years ago, she left a fingerprint behind, a code to approach, a code to be in and to meet. The true journey of a man to become a part of the universal community. Now you bring technology and knowledge of the universe. And as all the world leader in the past 2-3 years talk about the emergence of a new technology that will change man. This is what they talk about because as a leader, we trusted with the soul, and the souls knew the changes to come. They talk about it. Now we'll see emerge of the new science from the universe and the universe, not from humanity, which will change the government, the governing, will change to understand and bring that promised time of change. You learn how to go to transmutation and transfer back to physicality. The only limitation is your fear of the truth, and the only limitation with you. Then maybe by the time we met in China or in the Tehran or in Washington, more and more of you will transmute to be there. And you learn how to transmute and transfer and back to physicality. The only limitation is your fear of the truth. And the only limitation with you is the limitation of your own understanding. We make every day, every facility possible for you to be able to make the journey and bring the change we promised. And some of you took the journey last Friday without knowing. Thank you. I think it's finished.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Lisbeth. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful reading, that is always. And now we can go to the next slide. The wishes again, and always will be. And I welcome Mark you to read the wish. And after the wish, there will be 1 minute of silence to, well, I will say this is an important part, whereas as the words we can say fulfilling the wishes, a moment, taking a moment of the heart. So welcome, Mark, my dear.
We, the Universal Council, create the conditions for humanity to come to the point of maturity to achieve transmutation and space travel. Our wish is our command.
We are present, and the 1 minute starts from now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. And now we can go to the next slide. Welcome, Stefania, my dear. Welcome, Stefania. Hello.
Yes, we, the Universal Council, wish for all souls to join in the transmutation preparation session as we travel independently and collectively. Our wish, we command. Thank you.
We are present. Thank you. Now again, 1 minute of silence, my dear beautiful souls, adding the beauty to the wish and totality, to all heart and soul. Thank you. And the wish and the minute starts from now. Thank you. Thank you so much for adding your way to the wishes. And it goes on. Thank you so much, my dear beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute. And now we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Soul connection. Welcome, Lisbeth, my dear.
Hello, thank you. Okay, soul connection is now is in my own language, right?
And only for 3 minutes in silence. Thank you. Nos sentamos confortablemente, en forma relajada. Damos gracias a nuestras almas por todo el amor que de ellas recibimos. Te amo, mi alma divina maravillosa. Amo contigo y amo a través de ti. Te pido permiso para conectarme con la alma de todos. Te pido permiso a todas las almas en la tierra y en el universo y en el único para que nos unamos como una sola alma, como el alma de la paz. Pedimos permiso al alma de todos los sistemas creados en condición plasmática, unirnos con ellos como una sola alma. Expando mi alma, expandimos el alma de la paz a través de los rayos cósmicos para que cada ser tome lo que ella necesita para su elevación y para su vida. Tiempo pedimos permiso a todos los líderes que influencian en cualquier tipo de comunidad, cualquier comunidad, para elevar su alma, se unan a nosotros como el alma de la paz y elevar también el mensaje. 3 minutes of silence.
Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Thank you very, very much for joining us, as always. Yeah, thank you. So, the soul is always connected and will be forever. And yes, elevating the soul is the most important thing. Important kindness we can do to each other. Love we can share to each other. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute, dear beautiful souls. Wait, can we go to the next slide? Yes, here I am, who I am. Here from months, well, I will again say the same story, the growing up and all, the suffering, the pain, everything. Now, few months ago, I am, uh, well, I am like everything is breaking down around, like everything is breaking, everything is falling apart, and I was searching for outside solution, that what has happened here, why everybody's hurting me, like that. I thought that was, and then because I was searching, I see every time I was hurt, and then and when I saw it deeply, I felt it deeply. I then understand. I was always surrounded by these people, these beings. They always, like, if I say any word of love, they hurt me, like that. And after I know about the universal knowledge, I would never have known the condition around me properly, you can say. Sorry, I apologize if any word is I misusing or anything. I, you know, say like that. Um, as something, many things are going very shocking around me, and many of us are feeling the same. And when you feel this from the physical family, you are like ripped into parts, and joining the two parts together is so much, what I can say. Then, but I have done that. I am a, I ask my soul, I am a courageous soul. Can you give me some advice? I trust you, my dear. I humbly request you to help me. And he helped. He helped me like a soulmate, you can say. And then, where what I was facing from the family, from the beings I am around, I started this position of love. Once a poet said that why people do love always, even everybody's hurting, everybody's giving pain. But then the soul says, I will love always. I am a lover. You cannot hurt me anymore. Like that. And yeah, in this love, in this physicality, we have gone through many ohs and ahas and so many things. Oh, so pain, so like that. But then the love emerges again and said, no, I'm a lover. I will be loving every time, every time, always, like that. And then I I became who I am because of these conditions, like compression breakthrough. And as the darkness was ripping me apart, light was coming out. And it came out like, I have came directly from the police station because an FIR was launched at me, a false FIR. But you know how the police work, how the court work. I'm surrounded by these people now. Even my family doesn't support because I revolutionized everything. I didn't want like these systems anymore. But then it was me. I am. So the position is mine. I understood that. And then when I talked to the police about the situation, they suddenly talked with me peacefully. And I was amazed by their talking. And a space was created, a peaceful space was created that was never happened before. In the court, I was in the police station, I was in. in the people that was harassing me, I was in. So there was every time the space has created me to understand, them to understand me. And yes, everything is going, like the way I wanted. I am wanted in the peaceful way. So everything is the conditions are peace. And it helped me to, it helped me to, let going. What I was doing is, uh, uh, not let going anything, what I don't want anymore, and that let go, if I don't let go that thing is hurting me always, because of the kindness I have, because of the love I have. So I thought I have to let go. I have to don't scratch and come back, say, come back, don't go. I love you. I have so many lovers, a family, a community, a whole world, Keshe Foundation. I ran from the police station to my family, the Keshe Foundation family, full of lovers. So, my dear one, what I can say, this is the feeling, this is the way, the position, the balance came with the knowledge, ultimate, universal, with all your love, all around the world. And this time, I deeply, deeply understood that yes, because of these attacks, because of these compression, I physically became very weak. Sometimes I just forgot to breathe. Sometimes I didn't able to talk, but I elevated all souls for the benefit of all. That is the most important thing I have done, and everybody should be doing that, because this is the key, elevating all souls. So this will make you in the position that you want to be. I am who I am, a lover. And the compression breakthrough comes in this way. Breakthrough. I'm sorry, my words are intermingling. But as a lover, I share my love to you all, always. And I am present as a lover, always for you, as I love you. So the space of peace is so much beauty that you forget everything. Like, sometimes when I'm emotional, that time also I laugh. And people go crazy. Why are you laughing? Like a mad person. But I used to laugh, So this is I am. This is you are. A Sufi, a dancer, a poet, a living being of so full of love, as I am holding my family in my heart and soul, the family of love. And I love the family. I love Keshe Foundation forever. Thank you so much for listening. It's a mad talk kind of. But this is what I am. This is in my, this is the treasure is with me. The only treasure. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, my dear beautiful souls. And we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear. Here are the question and answers with the Universal Council by thank you, by Claudia, beautiful Claudia, my dear, and Universal Council, Norway, Mary Calvé. Thank you so much.
And then we are on the third question. Hello, I'd like to know how I can build up the strength to change my emotions, because everything seems to be going wrong in my life. I can't get out of this negative cycle. Can you help me?
Então, outra pergunta é, Olá, gostaria de saber como posso criar a força para mudar minhas emoções, pois tudo parece estar dando errado em minha vida. Não consigo sair desse ciclo negativo. Vocês podem me ajudar?
And the first answer, ask for the knowledge from your soul. Ask your soul to ask Mr. Keshe's soul. Ask the soul of the Creator to receive the knowledge you need in your soul, time, space, and position. In your soul, time, space, and position. Then watch patiently what change it brings and what change it will become in your future. Unconditional love has no restrictions, no limitations, dear souls. Think good, speak good, and do good. Then it becomes good.
Então, outra resposta é: peça o conhecimento da sua alma. Peça a sua alma que pergunte à alma do Sr. Keshe. Peça à alma do Criador para receber o conhecimento de que você precisa no tempo, espaço e posição de sua alma. Então, observe pacientemente que mudança isso traz e que mudança isso se tornará no seu futuro. O amor incondicional não tem restrições e nem limitações, queridas almas. Pense o bem, fale o bem e faça o bem, e o bem virá.
And there is another answer. Follow the ethos of the universe and Mitra. Think good, speak good, and act good. Your life will be transformed. And also take full responsibility for your own actions and leave other people to take care of their own conduct, especially if they misbehave. Your life will become much easier. Go within and find your soul and follow the teachings to learn more about it. You have a soul within which is there for you and will bring you what you need. And your soul is even the manifestation of the Creator. And you will receive the unconditional love from Him, and you will never feel alone again. Get on track with the knowledge of the universe and join the knowledge seekers.
Outra resposta é: siga o ethos do universo e de Mitra. Pense o bem, fale o bem e faça o bem. Sua vida será transformada. Também assuma total responsabilidade por suas próprias ações. E deixe que as outras pessoas cuidem de sua própria conduta, especialmente se elas se comportam mal. Sua vida se tornará muito mais fácil. Vá para o centro de si e encontre sua alma e acompanhe os ensinamentos para entender mais sobre ela, aprender mais sobre ela. Você tem uma alma dentro de si que está à sua disposição. Ele trará o que você precisa. E sua alma é até mesmo a manifestação do Criador. E você receberá o amor incondicional dele e nunca mais se sentirá sozinho. Siga no caminho correto, com o conhecimento do universo, e junte-se aos buscadores de conhecimento.
And there is another answer. There is no need to change emotions. There are no wrong emotions. There is a need to go deeper and deeper. And while not running away from the wrong emotions, you can pass through them and get closer and closer to your soul, which will solve it by being stronger. While the ego is suffering, the soul is rejoicing. Never can you have only one field interaction. What you call a negative cycle will eventually balance with that you might call a positive cycle. Trust your soul and the Creator and let the love of Mitra be with you.
Então, não há necessidade de mudar as emoções. Não há emoções erradas. Há necessidade de se aprofundar cada vez mais e, sem fugir das emoções erradas, você pode passar por elas e se aproximar cada vez mais da sua alma, que as responderá. que as resolverá por ser mais forte. Enquanto o ego está sofrendo, a alma está se regozijando. Nunca se pode ter apenas uma interação de campo. O que você chama de ciclo negativo, inevitavelmente se equilibrará com o que você pode chamar de ciclo positivo. Confie em sua alma e no Criador, e deixe o amor de Mitra estar com você.
And then we are on the fourth question.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, Claudia, my dear. Beautiful Claudia. And beautiful questions, beautiful interactions, answers, or you can say interactions. Merging with these interactions of soul, heart, and soul in a collective way is the most beautiful thing. Well, I will say, happens in anyone's life. So, as we are all part of this universe, the universe is part of us. So when we add the beauty in it, the beauty adds always. Anywhere you are, go. Anywhere you are, anywhere I am. So thank you. Thank you for elevating all our souls. And now we can go to the next slide, my dearie.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good
Welcome back.
afternoon. This is Stefania from the Italian community. I'm representing the Italian language. I'm the Universal Council. Thank you. Yes, today we're going to talk about, thank you for the heart. Today we're going to talk about the Italian group because I receive a lot of nice picture, and I share them also with the Universal Council and Universal Council supporter, and they ask me, please share what Italian group is doing, because it could be inspiring for other language group, because what we would like to see, we would like to see more groups of different languages coming forward and just give us an update of what they're doing, so we can learn from each other. As you also read this morning, just now, I mean this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending where you are in the world. As we just read, script from the past workshop, public workshop, and if you understood some of it, there's one thing that Mr. Keshe said many times, is sharing knowledge. By sharing knowledge, you gain knowledge. So as we know now, the knowledge is not in the books. The knowledge is in the fields. Now we understood why the monks pray all day or meditate all day. They don't go into school and read and write. they just tune in. They learn how to tune into the deep knowledge of the universe, and that one, it's the true knowledge. So because you are connected straight with the source, so cannot be changed or making man-made. So this knowledge is not man-made. This knowledge, it's knowledge from the universe and the unicos. And hopefully, as we're gonna learn more the transmutation, we will learn more and more of us. We will learn how to tap into this knowledge. But definitely, the step number one is share knowledge with people around you, because it's knowledge, as we know, is knowledge that set us free, because the more knowledge we are, the more understand that we can be free, and we cannot be controlled, we cannot be slaved. So knowledge is freedom. Everyone knows that. I mean, most of us. So go back to Italian community. I've been sent some picture of some workshop, because the Italian community is I like very much how they're going now. So we have a group that is for the practical. So if you're Italian and you are from any part of the world, you don't have to live in Italy. You can be Italian in Portugal, Italian in Japan, Italian in England, Italian, like me. I'm not living in Italy. I'm in England. So it can be Italian person from all over the world. You can join the Telegram chat group of the Italian language of the Keshe Foundation, and then you have access to the group, and we do different groups. So what they ask me to share, this practical that we've been doing, and I found that since we've been doing them, we are more united. So we still have the practical at the physical level. So we got this chat where we exchange experiment and testimonial and different teaching at the practical level for who likes to do practical stuff, like in a lab or like the Reactor group. But also we do soul teaching. But the soul teaching now we do in a different way. So we open the Telegram chat, and it's open. So from the Telegram chat, if there are people that are meeting up, is usually showed at the top of the Telegram chat, and we open this chat for star formation. So we meet up and we do star formation. So we connect at the soul level. And for who doesn't know star formation, what is, we usually in group of 4, and then we do multiple group of 4s. Lately, we also do some experiment, like sometimes we make some guns, sometimes we try to guess the color, the smell or the color of certain things between us. So we practice to see how much we can do together at the soul level. And I found that it really improved us. So if before we were, because even though we said we're not a group, even though we said everyone is a knowledge seeker, because everyone seeking for knowledge, still when you have having a chat, you have people, it's very difficult to sometimes write and being properly understood. It's very easy to misunderstand or misjudge. So it happened in the past that we had some conflict between the group. But now I noticed since we doing more and more meeting at the soul level, because at the soul level you don't talk, because when you're talking and when you're thinking, you are not at the soul level, you are at the physical level. So these meetings are very useful, because you don't talk, you don't write, you don't speak, so you don't have to do anything, you don't have to read, you have to just be there and connect with the people that are present, and this somehow really unites us more. So we become definitely more united. So I wanted to share this, because I invite if you are for any group is out there, Spanish or any Romanian, from Poland, anyone. If you've never done it, I recommend you to try to just meet up with people who wants to meet up, and you just connect between us. And we learn from Mr. Keshe that the perfect way for a man to travel is you as individual, or group of 4, or in groups. We can travel also in many more people, but group of 4 to start with is something you can practice. So I really invite you to do that. We in the Italian group also we stay behind, and for people who likes to tell their experience, they can stay behind. Otherwise, you just leave after you had this whole meeting. And then we start to also this already from before, but we're getting better at it. We got a few knowledge seeker. They become really, really expert, and they now been doing a lot of workshop together. So our 3, sometimes 4 people, maybe more organized between them. But I'm not going to say much about it because I really want them to come here and talk about their experience of sharing knowledge in a practical way. So they're doing like workshop. They do workshop around Italy where they're teaching how to make the cup of life, because it's very simple and basic things to learn, not too complicated, and paint pen. And they're really, really good. They become very successful. Together also we gather in a group of doctors who they already contacted the foundation. They really wanted to also start to learn how to use how they can work with the wellness center. So the Italian group I see become definitely more united since we've been doing the soul meetings, the self-formation. So I really recommend it to everybody. So if you're Italian and you're listening now, and you speak English and Italian, we do really need a lot of help with the translation. So I'm usually doing the live stream every Tuesday. I'm getting used to now. I don't know if it's because of the transmutation session of the cosmic ray, because I've been translating there too. I'm actually getting better because I'm not that good. It's not my work. I volunteer for it because there were not other people that were able to do it. So I volunteer for it, but obviously we need more people. So if you're good to translate simultaneously, please get in contact with us. We always need translator. I'm happy to do my translation simultaneously, but obviously, it's always good to have a spare one or someone who wants to help. It's fine with me. Because my Italian now, I live too long in England, so my Italian is not that good. So, so when I translate, my Italian is not perfectly correct as grammarly. So if you listen and you can translate, please contact us. Also for the writing translation, we need a lot of help. Again, I'm helping with that, but we are just basically 2, 3, sometimes 4 people doing it, and not all the time. And it can become it can be a very long job. So again, if you are Italian and you speak English and also and you want to help, please get in contact with us. And also, if you're Italian and you want to do workshop, please do, because as we know, it's very important to share knowledge. You can do it at the soul level, making self-formation groups or meetup groups at the soul level. Or we can do it at the practical level. You can do workshop and organize the workshop. I'm sure very, very soon we will do everything at the soul level, because already now, as you can see, when we practice at the soul level, you don't need a pen, you don't need a paper, you don't need a computer, you don't need to rent a hall, you don't need to go there with a car. Everyone has to have a day free. You know, at the soul level is definitely much more practical. So I'm really sure as we get better, we will do more work at the soul level, and eventually we can get rid of the computer, of the phones, of this digital. I'm never been good with it. It's good now to in this transition, but hopefully it will not be for long. I already know, for example, people from the German group, Andreas, for example, I don't know if he's still here. He contacted me yesterday and he wants to do now a join soul meetings from different language group. I like the idea very much so. So we can become more interactive with each others. Because I have to say, this is another problem. The Italian, they only speak Italian. So if you're Italian, you understand me. That's why we're just 2-3 people that can do the translation. So they are quite isolated in their own world. The amount of time I try to invite them to come here and share, you know, I don't speak English, I'm too shy, you know, they stay with them, you know, they stay in their own groups. So hopefully, because we're gonna become, as we practice, we become better at it. Hopefully these language things will be no more a problem, and we will be more united, because we'll be working more at the soul level, so we won't have this problem of languages. But yes, so we're up to do this soul meeting together with other groups. As you know, we meet up every day at 9 CET time for the elevation of the soul in existence and the older leader. And I know that the Brazilian group, they meet up at 6 every Wednesday. So there are a lot of soul meeting happenings. We have to just keep going and just keep practice and keep sharing knowledge. So if you got any question, please, yeah, thank you so much. This is the next slide. This next slide, I think, yes, they won, yeah, sorry. I finish anyway, so it's good. Yeah, this is the slide of the class. Thank you, Rick. These are the class, are the picture of the class, as you can see. I think I'll go other two, but yeah, this is Paolo Cimolai is very good. But you see, he's also very good with the computer. I have to say, if you're good with the computer, then doing classes, you know, is very good teacher. Also, Paolo is the one who started the star formation group at the soul level as well. So it's very good knowledge seeker. And we have other very good one, Renzo and Pierluigi. They are also very good. You will discover that every knowledge seeker has got different knowledge on their own. If you can, a lot of time I think, oh, I wish to know more about everyone and see how can we work together, because I'm not good in certain things, you're good in others, you know, so together definitely it's easier. Yes, so my suggestion is keep do your best. Be kind to your family, yourself. That would be already enough. And then do your best if you can to share knowledge, get deeper with the things you like, and keep sharing. So thank you so much. I don't know if anyone wants make some question, or we go to the next slide. Thank you. I hope I inspire other language to come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you for the presentation and the message. Beautiful. Thank you. And I hope the whole world is with us now.
Thank you. You can see the Italian background.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Here, thank you, Rick. Here again, bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. The oneness. Merge with the oneness, dear beautiful souls, and share your advice, your way of love, your way, you as a lover, anything you want to say, a question. Well, we are also learning in a way. So we are all sharing each other, and you are so much welcome, so much welcome to share what you have to share. Thank you so much. Welcome to Swagatam, dear beautiful souls.
This is Mosfek. I would like.
Oh, Mosfek. Thank you.
I would like to extend some of the things Stefania was talking about. Although I am not an Italian, but she somehow inspired me a bit. So, the seeking of the knowledge, especially at the soul level. What does it mean? I mean, how do we seek knowledge with our soul? This relates to the knowledge seeker workshop that happened last week. Stephanie was saying something very interesting, is that the knowledge is no longer in the books. The knowledge is within us. So how do we seek the knowledge within us? How do we seek the knowledge in the fields? And why would we want to seek knowledge? There must be some outcome as a result of seeking this knowledge. And what this knowledge is depends on what we would like to seek. Now, how do we know what we would like to seek? It's really not that difficult. We are all at different stages of our learning in various parts of the world, in various communities, and in various stages of the Keshe Foundation knowledge. Some of us are making GANs, some of us are making pen paints. But when we do these things, whatever we are doing, it sets the stage for the next phase of knowledge. If we don't do things, whatever stage we are, how would we proceed? So it's this doing. Whatever we know from Keshe Foundation, even in simple tasks that we do, if we do it well, we get encouraged to do better. And the knowledge that we are seeking in Keshe Foundation, in a way, is not a new knowledge. It has been in the universe. And some of it has been practiced on the planet in other shapes and forms. May not have been very popular, but people have achieved quite a lot, including things that we talk in transmutation, traveling from one place to another, healing, etc. But in order to seek this knowledge, often one of the ingredients is that we practice what we learn. We do what we learn. And we do it in a way that we are learning. It gets better as we practice. Our practice even improves because the knowledge becomes part of us. For example, one example, which is one of the things that I have tried to do, is that that we have used GANs quite a bit in treating people, and many of us have experience in doing so. Now, the GANs itself is field which responds to our fields as well. So suppose I give a device that is made from the GANs I made. This GANs is also a transfer device then, because it has fields and I can transfer my field to the field of the GANs. And when I give it to another person, that person carry the fields I have placed in the GANs. So the GANs responds to our thoughts, our intentions. So the function of a GANs can be further, can be extended further by what we would like to do with it. Now, we use GANs. This is an experience of learning. We are using GANs to transfer fields. Just like, even in making GANs, we connect the two plates with a piece of wire. But we can also make GANs without any wires, using fields as well, as has been demonstrated in the Knowledge Seekers workshop. Or talked about. So, similarly, fields can be transferred from one person to another through one's intention or one's thoughts. We do it more than we imagine. Sometimes we use it to judge people, and sometimes we see some people and we think we shouldn't talk to them for whatever reason. Something is off. It happens more often than we care to acknowledge. But in order to make it part of our reality, we have to consciously practice it or do it. Maybe a person got healed by an accidental touch or an accidental comment that we made in a physical sense. But can we make it such that our thoughts would heal the person? Or a community? Not just the Italian community, but all communities. And so if we can do that, then can we not extend it to the planet? So we have all of these capacities. We may have a faith to, or the understanding to heal the person next to us. But a community next to us is equally a valid target. A community on another planet in need is also a valid target. Are we capable of it? The question is, why not? So it's the tools are there, the fields are there, in a way waiting for us to create the dynamics in it. Fourth, so in a way, seeking knowledge is to apply the knowledge. In another way we can put it is to create new situation, new environment, new construction, new constructive environment, and which can help not just us but others to move forward. It's not just like I am doing it to practice and learn more, but as we learn more, we may not even have to speak to teach others. You know, we hear all the time about becoming a teacher of this knowledge. We can only teach when we understand it. And the understanding not necessarily gets transmitted by, let's say, wire or words. It can be through thoughts as well. So there is, you know, the same way we affect others, we are affected by the progress of others. We hear about, you know, what we do, we get manifold in return. Be that as it may, the interesting thing is that others who are using the field or learning to use the fields can affect me too. It's a very simple way of thinking, and not necessarily, I want more fields and I get more fields. Not that kind of thinking, but it's a collective thinking. We all progress together. All the souls on this planet, all the souls in a larger scale than the planet. It applies at multiple levels. And can we operate at these levels, at the universal level? The question is, why not? Can we talk to these people, interact with these people, with the communities outside of the planet? Once again, why not? Now, so the seeking knowledge within is to create new situation, new understanding, new opportunities for not just a few, but many. And, you know, the effect is in the fields, the effects amplify very rapidly. It's there are many different ways of doing it. It's not just like 1, 2, 3, 4 increase like that in a slow progression, but a lot faster as our understanding covers higher field strengths. So one of the applications could be that, you know, that Stefania was referring to, is that the understanding of other communities at the soul level you know, sometimes, you know, those who have participated in meetings where people are speaking different languages, often, even if I didn't know the language, I could pick up things. And I could answer the questions without even having a translation. So it's possible. Not all the time, but, you know, it happens. Perhaps I was paying a little more attention, or having my soul engaged in a way that I wasn't conscious of. There are many, many factors here, but making it a habit or making it part of my practice is something that is part of our learning process. So at this level, we are transmuting, in a sense, the languages into something that exists in the field. It's not the words, but the effects it creates in the fields of thoughts and emotions. Can we sense those things? This is one direction of this transmutation. We are converting material manifestation, call it the words, into fields. And we can start it right now. And in due course, maybe the language, we will be able to speak the language as well, or express it in another cultural context, much like manifesting physically in a slightly different way to match the cultural need. You know, this, actually, we have started this practice. You know, when we go to some countries, sometimes, not often, sometimes we wear their clothing and, you know, participate in the food they eat and things like that. So we are manifesting things that are not native to us, but as we are becoming more attuned to other cultures, this is happening. So we are essentially moving to the next logical step of engaging at a higher level to match the fields of that, another cultural, another environment. A practice to become the universal being we are. So these are little steps, but as we take step, it's not just the same step. Step gets bigger and bigger, and we step into the universal context in the end, and pave a new path as we do so, in a creative sense. So, but in all of these cases, we have to seek the knowledge. Seek means we have to have the need to do. You know, it's the driving of the car. Unless we drive it, sitting there won't take us anywhere. We have to do the seeking. And that's why we are called knowledge seekers. Thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, my dear Moshri. Thank you so, so much. So, you know, relieving. Anyway, what you have said, so much, our hearts filled with so much love. Thank you. Thank you so much. I also want to say that, adding to you, Moshri, that love always grows if you say so. And this ability of applicability of the universal law, the ethos of Mitra, it's so much, you know, understandable. And we can say everybody that this is applicable, the ethos of Mitra, as we are doing. I have learned in this calmness, elevating my own soul, elevating all. So that is the beauty of this beautiful knowledge. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else want to share something? As time is wrapping up, but yes, you are welcome. Yes, welcome.
Well, I only see one question in the YouTube. It's a pretty down-to-earth basic question. Salvador asks, "Hi, how can I save diesel fuel in my truck?" Anybody care
diesel
to?
fuel?
This, Rick, is your question, to you to answer in Reactor.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about now. You can put
use plasma batteries.
More of a question for the Keshe Plasma Reactor group, perhaps, which will be my next announcement. But and perhaps there's a sole way to answer.
I can do something simple. If you are familiar with nanocoating, make a nano-coated spring, and that's all you need. And the rest of it is, rest of the understanding is how to connect, and all that is very easy. You can save easily 25%. So that's all I would say at this moment. But beyond that, please attend Rick's Plasma Reactor group.
Yes, for further details.
Or further details.
And thank you, Salvador, for your question, my dear. Well, yeah, we will. You can ask join the Reactor group. Of course, they are very applicable type of thing they do always. And in the plasma realm, you can find many things for the restoration of your diesel or the restoration of the energy. Thank you for your innocent question. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear.
I think also I would answer that the best way to save diesel fuel in your truck is to not drive your truck, and instead maybe think about traveling with the soul instead. It's a lot less expensive, and it works better in the long run. So maybe some of the things that we do in our vehicles, that are our current vehicles that we put fuel in, perhaps we can find ways of using our other ways of traveling with our soul body instead of the body of our machines.
Yeah, you can join the transmutation group that it's just started last week. I don't know if it goes live, but yes, if you can, you can join transmutation, where you will learn how to transmute and travel. And at the soul level, there are no speed limits. It's instant. But we all have to learn before or later. So that is another way. Yeah, it is the slice. Yeah, I really highly recommend it. Yeah, last week actually I was present, and they left the machine on for more than 24 hours. So it was very good learning experience. You start to get familiar with the fields, and you start to now I've done quite a few of session, so you get used to recognize the fields. It's a process of learning, so you have to first become aware of those fields we're talking about, and then as more you become familiar and aware, then it becomes easier to recall them, because it's something that you will know, become like a home. And I'm looking forward when they're gonna teach us to transmute from one place to another place in Earth or in the universe. So it will gonna open a lot of possibility, and then they will gonna teach us in the future as well how to materialize, you know, how to have the best of both. So definitely, if you can participate, I highly recommend it. I really highly recommend it because it's a priceless learning, and you learn by doing. These are practical teaching. So every Tuesday we got the theory, but these are practical. And obviously, last week someone said, for who can afford it, what they can do. Like Mushfaq said, you can use your soul. You can. You don't need any machine, so you can kind of self-taught. so no one is excluded. Luckily, we got everything we need inside us. We have to just learn to go deeper and get to know ourselves better. Is a very lovely process, nice process. Nothing to lose. Yes, these are the now we see the website of the Keshe Foundation where you can apply and join. So here you can just log in and make the application to join us in the next month, because usually are once a month, the third Friday of the month. And there are 6 sessions in total, and we already start one. Everyone can join anytime. You can join one session, or you can join multiple sessions. I can see this become very, very popular, because on the first phase of the session, they controlling things from the back to understand how can help us better to teach us the transmutation. So the first 3-4 hours can be quite intense. You can learn a lot in there, but then they're leaving the machine open for the whole day, all night. So I actually went to sleep with it. I had my headphone on, because to do this meeting you have to just have a phone and headphones. So was the first time I really enjoyed to have a phone. And I went to sleep actually with it, and it was really great. I logged into the Zoom chat. You will be given once you apply, you then be given a Zoom ID. You can join. You can go in and out. So the first 4 hours, 5 hours, they will open and close microphone, because we actually practice things to be able to do transmutation. But then the microphone will be always off in the next 24 hours, but you will still can enter the Zoom meeting, and there you can feel the cosmic ray. And I use them. I had the headphone on as I was going to work, on my break as well, when I was eating. And it's true, I ate much less. was a good saving in the lunch break. I don't have to eat that much. Like Mr. Keshe said in the teaching, we just need maybe a little something, that's it, to have the taste. But definitely you're saving money. This is another way to save money. And then I used them in the evening. I went back in. Then I went to sleep with it until basically my phone ran out of battery. Then in the morning I wake up, and usually in the morning I do my stuff, like my exercise, my things I do in the morning. I had my headphone on, so it was really very, very, very useful, because I kind of learned how to recognize them. And then something interesting happened. I went in places where there was no internet connection, and I thought I was connected, but I wasn't. So I realized that without knowing, then these fields become like like a home, and you can feel them all the time. So, and I'm sure once you feel them all the time, then it's easier to play with it. So it's a gradual playing and growing, and so I can see this learning. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you so much.
To add a little about what Stefania just said is that, you know, when you connect to these systems, there is a certain feeling that is noticeable, and noticing is part of our seeking. And what is the effect this connecting to the enhancement unit does to us? Connecting this enhancement unit is doing to us, not does, is doing to us. It's a changing process. And once you know what that is, that signature, can we use that signature to connect? Just like a telephone number. The signature of what is the sensation we have when we are connecting to the enhancement unit. Do we need the, what you call radio wave connection of the phone to do it, to connect to that signature? We can connect to that signature that Stefania was referring to at the end, when her phone was not connected. So it's worthwhile finding this out. That's just something from my own experience.
Thank you, my dear Vashti. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness always. Now, anyone else, I mean, any beautiful soul have anything to say or have something to share? As we are going to the time limit is on. if there is anything more, or we can go forward, my dear Rick.
Nothing else that I know of. So yes, we can move forward.
Thank you. Thank you. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served, my dear one. This is the promise, the ancient, the old promise. As a being, we are here in India. We say the Jivatma. We are the love, promise to be loved, promise to give love, the promise to take the responsibility of each other, the promise to act like good, to the promise to do good, the promise to talk good. Here, thank you so much. Well, I will say, merge, join, love, follow, if you may, and be good, talk good, act good, according to the love of people. Join the beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. Fly your soul. Fly. Understand what is freedom is. Thank you, my dear beautiful souls. The Universal Council. I am Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language. Salam, namaste, salute. Welcome to Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sweta. And my screen up here. Thank you, Sweta, and thanks to all of the members of the Universal Council for being here today and helping with today's presentation. This has been the 310th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Now, our next public teaching workshop is what was mentioned before, the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group. And it is designed to be the practical side of the plasma teachings. And if anyone has any questions or things they'd like to present, that is a good avenue for that activity. So the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group starts on Wednesday, January 24th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. We usually go for several hours, so there's room there for later times as well. And it's open to anyone from beginners to old-timers with the plasma technology. Another announcement is the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday, January 25th. We'll be starting at noon, that is 12 noon, instead of the 9 a.m. Central European Time. So again, the time is put forward 3 hours to starting at noon rather than 9 a.m. for the Knowledge Seekers Workshop. All right, if there's nothing else that we need to say.
Yes, there is many things.
Maybe one little thing.
The announcement of dance and clap.
One little thing, perhaps.
Thank you.
But it's essential, which is
Love to you all, my dear.
the playing of the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version, which always gets us clapping and dancing, and we are thankful for. All right, thank you everyone for attending today, and we'll see you in the next public teaching workshop. Bye for now.